Hello and welcome, as usual, to the Geek Club, and we're here again with the ongoing adventure of with our build your own 3D printer from Eaglemoss. And for those who have forgotten or watching this, haven't seen this in a while, or watching this for the first time, a little update. We have so far built the main frame. We've started to assemble the X-axis motor into the back of it. There it is. And to go with that, I'll just take that away because it's in the way. We've also finished construction of one of the motors, which has been tested and works. So in this episode we're going to be looking at issues which have arrived today, and they are issues 20 to 23, and it looks like we're going to be continuing the construction of the which one is it? The X motor and X-axis, and we have some goodies as well, some subscriber goodies, so they say. So let's start by looking, just move the camera for you all, there we go, at issue number 20. Okay, in this issue, V3 printer parts, belt holder and print head bracket. Alright, ooh, 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 ooh. 3D modelling step by step, 3D printed furniture. I don't think the actual furniture's in the magazine, it might just be tired as hell to do it. Is that just me being silly? Right, okie dokie. My code, there's my code. I've been told they're generic access codes, but yeah, there we go. And there's some generic microscope slides covering it up. Ha ha ha. Sitting comfortably? No, I'm on my legs and they're going to be doomed to be dead by the end of this video. From spectacular statements to jaunty self-assemblies, additive manufacturing is staging a revolution in the world of furniture design. Pull up a chair. No, because I don't have one in the lab. Shaped like an elegant stingray. Oh, okay. Alright, so the world of 3D printing furniture. Making things that would have been very, very difficult to do before 3D printing. Let's get this lamp out of the way, it's sort of shining on the page, as you can see. There we go, it's a bit better. So it's still shining, but there we go. Right, okay. Space Odyssey, there are two different methods of creating negative space in SketchUp. The first is relatively simple to grasp, the second may require a little more work. So this is dropping things back in the most excellent tutorial for the, so far, very good software that has been used in the project and by the project. So there we go, that's a little tutorial on that. The intersection method. The push method, the one before, will not prove helpful in situations where you require a gap in a curved surface. Learning how to create intersections in shapes, however, will allow you to create negative spaces even in shapes with curves. So there you go. Boolean modifiers. Now we're getting technical. Thinking small. Before embarking on a 3D printing project that requires a lot of fine surface detail, it is important to know your printer's limits, as well as what level of detail it can produce. And this brings up a subject. So there's one from one printer and there's from another. Now, I haven't looked at the website, but Neil Simpson has been on the website, and apparently some of the specs of the printer have changed. The head density is not as fine according to the latest stats. Apparently, I'm just seeing what comes along, but apparently that could create all sorts of legal problems if you've signed up for one printer and they send you a different spec. I've considered that, but we shall see what happens. Okay, Vector 03 belt holder and print head bracket, which is this little bugger. No, not that little bugger, this little bugger. Send them in bags now. Must be cutting costs, or because people were, well, I was complaining about the containers they're putting them in. So that's just a bracket to hold the print head on. It goes, so that motor at the top actually controls the print head. So there we go. Wonder if the print head's coming soon. Woohoo! Anywho, let's crack on. Right, so next, what we get for free? Russian Dolls Part 2. Okay, might print them, never know. Chunky bracelet. Add innovation and style to your outfit with this customizable, chunky 3D printed bracelet. No thank you. Do not disturb sign. V3 do not disturb. Is that saying that your V3 can't disturb you? Anyway. Key hook. Yeah. So far, not much I'd be interested in printing here. Oh, get painting. Painting your 3D printed models can really breathe life into them and adds extra finishing touch. Here we explain how to prepare, prime and paint your models with acrylics or enamels. Look at that, that's very nice. 3D there, just zoom in for you there so you can have a look. Hang on. There we go. How's that? Excuse me. Alright, so, anywho. The light's shining on this. That's good as well. I can't paint to that detail, but I got the feeling I may end up starting. And back page. Okay, that's issue 20. So next is issue 21, sir. In this issue, your V3 printer parts, or the X-axis, timing belt, which I'll show you in a moment. 3D printing in the fast lane. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter, the generic codes. Everybody gets them. Right, racing ahead. Racing car manufacturers have always led advances in automotive engineering, and they were amongst the first to see the potential of 3D printing, not just for themselves but for the entire motor industry. 3D printing and racing cars. Try and get the lights off. It's really shining on it for some reason today. There we go. Shine that across. Development. Oh no, God. Motor racing company Global Formula Racing has developed a 3D printed housing for its battery pack. So I was going to say the engine or something interesting though. It's half the size and 40% of the weight of its predecessor. Yeah. For its F1 steering wheel above, the Sabor team uses 3D printed prototypes to perfect the complex design before it goes into production. Audi and BMW use a realistic 3D printed car model made from epoxy resin gypsum for extensive wind tunnel testing. I actually have access to some of these models at work, some of the older ones, and you wouldn't believe how complex they are inside, the wiring. So, right, stairs, step by step. Pardon? Yeah, that's good though. For an interior designer, creating stairs can be a difficult process to get right because it's important to take user access and ergonomics into consideration. So, we're going to show you how to make stairs on this one. Interesting. Okay. Perhaps we can train to be architects on this course as well. That'd be interesting. We are on a way on this 3D design stuff. So there we go. Excellent. Never thought so much work went into designing stairs, but apparently you do. The anatomy of a 3D print. It's important to have a sound understanding of the different elements of a 3D print. This knowledge will help you assess your digital model and amend it if necessary to ensure the best possible outcome. Infill, skirt, I'm not going to go through all these. Bridge, oh yeah, bridges, joining parts, layers, walls or shells, and support material. Interesting. Alright. Vector 3, stage 3, you're in stage 3 now. Ooh. X-axis timing belt. setter. Yeah, not that interesting. It's the timing belt, same as we did on the other axis. But we're doing the same again. Because we're just building axis and putting a bracket in, I won't be showing the building process because you don't get to see off of it anyway, because this thing's now too big for the to put on the camera easily. So what I will do is just show you the finished process once they're in. So assembly instructions, gotta take that off again. So it's nice that we send all these in at the same time, because now I can see not to bother fitting that, because you'd have to just bloody take the thing off again, which is bloody annoying. Yes. Okie dokie. Alphabet blocks, no thank you. Pound coin holder, no thank you. Cookie cutter, no thank you. Spinning top, maybe. Well, that was good. Inside out. When you're busy designing your masterpiece, it's easy to ignore any telltale blue-grey faces that may appear. But do this at your peril. Any exposed internal faces will stop your creation from becoming a reality. So again, this is covering holes in design again. Slicing failed. Error in STL move facet neighbor equals 2 num facets 8. This is wrong. If your object has exposed internal faces, when you try to slice it, the printer software will display an error message. Mend your file and try again. Okie dokie. And next one. Ah, okay. Right. So that's 21. 22 is year. In this issue, V3 printer parts, X-axis limit switch. We've already fitted one onto the other motor, so there we go. 3D modeling, making the cubes, which appeared in the other one as a downloaded file. Weird. And bioprinting, 3D printing with living cells, and a lady using it this time. Okie dokie. Oh, Australia. No, Tony, they've now got it in Australia. Don't know if they have before, but looks like they do now. Okay, bioprinting. Bioprinting, 3D printing with living cells, is offering an extraordinary vision for the future of medicine, and it's just around the corner. And it depends how long the corner is, doesn't it, really? I know I've read a lot of articles on this. Oh, just gonna stretch my legs, they're dying. Ow. 3D print and bioprinting. Tissue engineering. A researcher at the Wake Forest Institute at work on a project to print experimental muscle tissue for reconstructive surgery. The 3D bioplotter. Yeah. They'll be 3D printing cells next, won't they? But they're already working on it. You can bet your top bottom dollar they are. Ooh. Securing the fort. In this tutorial, we'll be constructing a castle. Hopefully we get to print it sometime. In the process, you'll practice manipulating componentry in order to maximise design efficiency. I like this! Careful manipulation of components is going to speed up your workflow dramatically. When a project involves the creation of the same object several times, you will save yourself a lot of unnecessary effort if you duplicate components as you go. In this guide, you'll be designing a castle using components for the walls and turrets. There are some important techniques related to componentry that are easy to learn and will broaden your skill set as a designer. Cool! Triple turrets. The design of your castle begins with the creation of 3 identical turrets. With components, you can model all of them simultaneously. I like this, making big models from little parts. This is good. This is the stuff I'm interested in. Ooh, look at that. There's the turrets. Nice. Now, symmetrical modeling. Cool. The hell? Alright, so they're making the walls as well on this first tutorial. Huh? Are we making the entire castle here? Hang on, let's have a look. Okay, triple turrets. Symmetrical modelling, so that's the archway, there are the walls. And ready to explode. When you come to print this model, Solid Inspector will list a few problems, including internal faces and nested instances. The nested instances refer to any groups and components, so you need to explode these. For this reason, it would be wise to make a copy of the file with the components, so you can still edit them after you've exploded them. Kaboom! Right. Adapting 3D files. That's me! With my clothes off! Ah! Anyway. Give yourself a head start by adapting existing 3D models instead of designing them from scratch. Of course, we already discussed this in real life or even the camera here. By using the 3D design techniques you've learned, you can still create something truly original. This robot model has 3D printed human head, scaled and adjusted to fit. It's a great way to fix a broken part or add a quirky twist to your collection. So when I thought the aliens were anal programming and stuff in bed, they're actually 3D scanning my head, including my no hair. Ducks! Nice to know that one of the most downloaded models is a duck. Morning. We like ducks. There is a site, it's from MakerBot, and I forgot what it's called now, but they have loads and loads of models that people share and you can play with them, sort of. Right, stage 3, vector 3 axis limit switch. So we are going to be installing this onto the, the axis for the head at the top. Good. See if this one works out the box. The one didn't. Right. Downloadables. Alphabet blocks part 2. Okay, that's where it came from. Hedgehog pen holder. Nope. Keys keyring. I'll get knackered in no time. Plant label. I know what a carrot looks like. Oh, sorry. Avoid mixing up your planted seeds. This customized. Well, if you don't know what your planted seeds are, as soon as they shoot out the ground, you will. I suppose it's a good idea for some people. Not for me. I'm not doing too well on the downloaded stuff at the moment, because not much I actually quite fancy. Mastering SketchUp. Learning the skills of SketchUp is widely known to be more intuitive and less complex than other CAD programs, but to truly master the software requires perseverance and application. So going into that, I shall read that later. And the last one of the set. Ooh, military watch sets. Oh god, they're flogging all sorts of stuff. Okay. Let's do, and the last one for this video is oh, hang on. Yeah, that's the x-axis limit switch. Exactly the same as went on the last one, so nothing new there. And the last one, number 23. Ow! In this issue, V3 printer part, x-axis motor, and I've been told by somebody who's already used it that this one, second one, is a bit quieter than the first one they got. So find out. 3D modelling step by step and 3D printing with multiple materials. Cool. Oh, straight into that. Another corset. Why print in one material when you can print in several? It's now possible to print objects all in one go using multiple materials. Hard, pliable, clear, opaque, and with some machines even to custom blend materials whilst printing. Although they've got while printing. Okay. Wow. What's that? No idea. Oh, it's a seat. Multi-material 3D printers. I've got pins and needles in my feet. Ow. Yeah, multi-material 3D printers such as the top of the range Object Connex can print a combination of up to 2 different materials in a single build in a range of colours above bicycle seats, headphones, sunglasses. Print your own headphones. Okay, different ways. Built-in smarts. One of the most exciting developments in is in the embedding of electronic components in 3D printing materials. Harvard University's Lewis Lab, under leadership of Dr. Jennifer Lewis, is making huge advances in bioprinting and has launched the world's first 3D electronics printer. The Volux 8, unveiled in early in 2015, extrudes a silver-based conductive ink that, in the lab's words, allows it to print embedded conductors, wires and batteries into the normal matrix materials of 3D printing. Oh, okay. Well, now you got the like paper electronics coming along, 3D printed electronics. That's nice. Okay, intersecting models. Joining shapes together. This simple tutorial for the design of a pen pot will give you the skills to create an assembly of curved objects within a single design. Right, potluck. You will now be adding some style to your pen pot before engaging in the more difficult process involved in using the intersection tool. The effective use of these techniques is a matter of both practice and initially luck. Not filling me with too much confidence there. Right, okie dokie. The moment of truth. Material jetting. Okay, whatever that is. The technique behind material jetting is more or less what it sounds like. Droplets of build material are jetted from nozzle layer by layer to build 3D objects, a bit like laser inkjet, sort of. State-of-the-art princesses? Huh? State-of-the-art princesses? What the bugger? State-of-the-art printheads, such as this one by La, deposit fluid droplets simultaneously from 1,000 nozzles. Imagine if one of them gets blocked up. Christ. Right. Okay, I'm looking at the science of this sort of stuff. That must be very, very uncomfortable. And she doesn't look happy about wearing it. She's wondering where her life went wrong. Calvin's telegraph machine, modern computer inkjet, linked inkjet printing. Yeah, was developed in the 1980s by Hewlett Packard, while Object ushered in the new wave of 3D ink jetting in 2000. But the grandfather of material jetting printers was a chunky piece of Victoriana invented in 1867 by William Thomson, first Baron Calvin. Although perhaps better known for giving his name to a temperature scale, Calvin has also did pioneering work on the newly laid transatlantic telegraph in the 1850s. And there we go. And fitting the timing belt gear. So we've got the X-axis motor, which, like the other one, is very well packed and quite large. But this time they've put the gripper thingy in with it. Don't think it was there last time. Maybe wrong. So put that onto the motor, and that goes in there. Oh yeah, motor goes through there, and it all fits nicely. And we can test it. Oh, cool. For I assume the cover goes on next month. Desktop dog kennel. So I'm just still reading this actually. Desktop dog kennel. It's time to 3D print some comfortable and elegant living quarters for your new desktop pal. What desktop pal? A dog? We're going to be doing a dog or something? Giant dice. This giant traditional 6-sided dice will be a useful addition to your games compendium. Print several of them in different colours. Practical printing. For hobbyists and budding product designers still deciding what 3D projects to start, the possibilities are endless. Here are some suggestions for practical projects around the home to kickstart your ideas. Okie dokie. Mending a plastic part such as a hairdryer switch can mean longer product life cycle. That's useful. Measuring and 3D printing replacement parts that fit your requirements exactly is not only satisfying but save you a lot of time and money. Only useful where you've got plastic screws. That's the pairs. Although, you know, in computers I suppose plastic screws can do the job, can't they? And next one, which we're not going to look at. Well, you're not going to look at. I am, because I'm curious. Oh, okay. Right. No problem. Okay. Let's get all our little bits here. And a bit I haven't shown you. And stick them on. The bit I haven't shown you is the free subscriber gift that we got this month. Move these to one side. Which come every other month at the moment. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of printer stuff. Not sure if it's PLA or what the material is because it don't say. Warning: to avoid suffocating, do not use. Yes, doesn't say whether it's PLA or what and what length it is. But no, I'm not complaining too much. But to start with, I would have preferred a longer roll in one colour rather than 4. But there you go. This stuff doesn't cost the earth to buy anyway. Okay, I'm going to go away, put this stuff together, and we'll be back. Right, here we are about half an hour later, and just unplug this while I show you around. And as you'll see, it's now got motors and wires hanging out of it. So, let's have a look what we've done. Obviously we've installed this motor, which is at the moment plugged into the test little thing. And at the back, if I bring the lights around, there we go. We've installed the axis that will drive the print head, and there's actual axis print head holder itself there. We've installed the belt and the motor and the little switch which stops it going too far once the motherboard is in. Unlike the first one, this one actually does activate when it goes to the end. The last one needed adjustment, but we've got it plugged into the mains so we can show you it going. Oh, excuse me, I had food earlier. So that's what I'll do now. I've now got it live. Mine is, yeah, the motor's still a noisy bagger, but let's have a look at this one going. There we go. Both axes. I'm not taking it to the end because it hasn't got the sensor in place to stop it. So it's got the sensor in, but it doesn't. See, it hasn't got the logic to do it. So there we go. Either that or this thing's never worked properly. But apparently, everybody I spoke to who does this project has the same thing, where it doesn't stop at the end, tries to keep going. You will need to oil these and to get oil onto the bearings to keep it nice and quiet, as it's going to be quite noisy. But there you go, that's the second axis working. So I imagine the cover for that will be coming soon. No, actually it may not have a cover. No, that's hidden away in the top of the machine, so it may not have a cover. And I imagine the head will go here, so yes, that may be uncovered. But there you go, that's issues 20 to 23, I think, yes. And yeah, the print head axis is now working. So far so good. Let's see what comes next time. Hopefully once the third motor is built, we can get on to more exciting bodywork and make it start looking like a full printer. That will be nice. So, thank you all. For how much?
You need to quit being dirty. You're a dirty boy.